Look, Alphaba, Glenda, Alphaba, Glenda. No, I'm a witch. No, you're a witch. No, what's the switch? I don't know, bitch. Cause it's wait, don't do it. And you already knew it. Are you ready to wicked? Are you ready to talk about housewives getting arrested? Your favorite bar is closed. So much is going on in DC. Hello, everyone. Oh my God, it's me, your girl Raffi.
It's good to see me, isn't it?
You were supposed to say it's your boy NuNu.
Oh, fellow Aussians, welcome to this podcast.
I wish. I hope you're watching on the YouTube video. Go onto our YouTube and watch our full episodes, video episodes of our podcast, because then you'll be graced with witnessing Ashley Tisdale NuNu.
They're gonna revive High School Musical, and I'm gonna play Sharpay this time, guys.
If you want to see someone playing Sharpay Evans and Glenda the Good Witch and
Jennifer
Amanda
Coolidge.
Bynes and Easy
And-
A, you're in for a treat for this week's virtual episode. Oh my gosh, so good to be back, right, NuNu?
I love spending time. That's what I really been into this season. Spending quality time with all my favorite people, and that happens to include you today.
Okay, I was about to say I haven't seen you before today, so clearly I'm not part of that equation. We've had a couple, distractions. Life is really happening for us right now. And when it comes like this, you just gotta drop your podcast.
With that being said, welcome everyone to our podcast where we remind our listeners what not to do. And this time we're talking about, surprisingly, bad drivers, bad habits, and most importantly, these unexpected detours in life right now. It is Mercury retrograde. It was just in Sagittarius. Now it's in Scorpio. Shit has been wild. Has been wild for you, Raffi?
Absolutely. I mean, personally, life is crazy. Professionally, life is crazy. There's just a lot going on right now, and it doesn't even feel like you can focus on life or professional stuff when also you see the world burning and this just you becoming so disconnected from what this country is every time you turn on the TV. But there's just also, I just found out some really sad news today. I opened my phone, and as you know, I'm an avid watcher of Real Housewives of Potomac. I just had to experience Wendy getting Jennifer Shawed, but now my girl Mia Thornton, who I loved her first two seasons, and I know NuNu doesn't know who this is, but she just got arrested for larceny. 11,000.
I think that we in the DMV are not as criminal as the Housewives of Potomac is making it out to be, between drunk Huger, fraud Wendy, and now theft Mia.
I mean, literally every crime besides Thank God Murder right now has been committed on the Real Housewives of Potomac.
I don't know what's in the water as the Potomac River. I don't know if it's Andy. I don't know if y'all can blame Andy anymore because the girls are just getting arrested. For what?
I feel like Andy's the one on the phone with the police. Like, yeah, I just heard a white woman scream, and her name is Mia Thornton. You should go check in on her and her couch because this is what she's being accused of. I honestly, and clap if this could happen to you because apparently this could get you in jail. So she moved to Atlanta recently, and
Red flag number one.
Which again, they do say that Atlanta has a lot of fraud going on, but that would mean that in Charlotte and DC, that would soon follow. And it makes sense. And just to touch on the point, yeah, I do believe these crimes are covering a lot of what goes on in DC because drunk driving is everywhere right now. Did you see that a light pole just got knocked over? Someone ran into a light pole in Logan Circle. Like, that's right down the street from me. What if I was walking home and I got hit by a car because this car.
Pole. Oh God! Mercury retrograde does affect travel, so I guess.
Anyways, so Mia moved to Atlanta and she moved into a condo. She lives in that condo for a short period of time, and then she moves out. She moves out overnight, and while she moved overnight, she took and like a $5,000 couch, a couple pieces of furniture with her that were belonged to the owner of the condo, and she stole the
Cinderella.
TV. And she stole the TV.
Cinderella.
She took the TV with her.
And she did that.
That's stealing. Jail for
What crime
larceny.
would you commit on Housewives? I feel like
I'm not gonna convince. I'm not gonna speak to that because I'm not manifesting anything for myself. Thank you very
if you're a
much.
housewife, you would have
I
a
definitely
like
think
an
a safe
arrestable
answer
crime.
for me would be like a fight. Like someone would call the police on me for hitting them.
I want something like fun.
If the guy who laid me off, if that happened on camera and I was on reality TV and I knew I was gonna get a check if I hit this person, I would have totally decked him right there. They would have given me like 2 days off the air, but yeah, I wouldn't go anywhere after that. So
Yeah, easy. Yeah, you could beat assault battery charge, I'm sure.
no, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I do not. I want to pay a fine. The best. I could never handle no. I'm. That's what I'm saying. I can't lie either. I'm a terrible liar. Recently I had to tell my parents that
You were
I got laid
gay?
off.
Oh my god.
Right,
How do they react?
gay. Oh my god, my mom cried the first time I told her. She like bawled her eyes out. But I
See
wasn't gonna
why?
tell them. I was gonna keep it from them because I didn't want to stress them out. But then I just kept calling, and I was like, "Oh, I have nothing to talk about besides this, so I have to tell you." So I'm just a really bad liar. You can read my face when I'm lying or when I'm being disingenuous.
My relationship with lying is always
There, present.
flirtatious. Flirtatious.
You flirt with lies. Okay, explain flirting with lies to the listeners. Go.
Flirt with like, it's like you flirt with anyone. You kind of talk, you engage a little bit, then you back off. You do a little bit, then you back off. It's like a
Okay, are
game.
you lying or flirting? Yes. Do you lie when you flirt
Yeah, how else
as
y'all
a
gonna get
girl?
people?
And because I know you don't lie as a man, your body tells everything I need to know when you flirt.
I definitely,
I've seen you
I
flirt
mean,
with men.
I love lying. It's so fun. It's the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off.
Tell me a
So
lie you told today.
I told within the last 24 hours. I made a fisting joke at a drag queen Christmas, and then a lady came up to me and said, "Okay, did you say Philistine?" I said, "Yeah, duh,
Philistine?
yeah,
Philistine? What's
yeah." Like
Philistine?
being like a Philistine person that's considered uncultured.
Oh, well, I would say that's the opposite of someone who confessed. Um,
So whenever people ask me, I just say, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, you doing this?" Like, "Oh," or one woman came up to me and was like, "Oh my god, this isn't. You've been here before. I'm sure. Like, is it gonna be really fun?" I was like, "Oh yeah, the show's great." I never been. I don't know, bitch. I don't know. Said whatever to get you away from me. I love lying.
that's not really lying. That's just like anxiety.
Not anxiety. I just make up things
No, just engage with people. You're such a good people person.
by through lying. I make people believe I'm a good people person.
Aren't you tired? That must be exhausting. Is it, or as soon as they request something from you, you just lie and then get out of it? Like, is it that easy?
I think my lies are all based in truth, so I think that's the biggest key to keeping your lies up. Like if you just make sure it like is always plausible
You
and
add
always
sauce to. Oh, yeah, why am I acting like I have not helped you through lies before? Yeah, you lie a lot.
I just it's whatever it
People
was
have died
what
in your
happened.
lies.
Huh?
Some might say. Some people have died in your lies.
I think if someone dies in my life, you can be able to use that for something, right? Like, why did they die for? You can no, like I feel like you have to be able to honor them some way. You know how like when you kill an animal, you're supposed to like use all the parts and stuff. Like that's how I feel about these in their
That's always lie.
like girl. If
That
my auntie died, then I am sad, and I should be able to use that sadness for whatever I want as the affected
uh
party.
yeah, I employ. I think the most I've lied is just during work, if I need to, and I don't lie often. I just lie if I need to, and I will not.
One of the biggest lies Raffi tells is that he can drive.
I'm not going to comment on my driving because I don't drive for a reason. I hate driving. But I'm a much better driver now than I've ever been because now I'm cognizant of passenger driving. So like stopping, so you're not in the walking lane, stopping and not being like
Oh,
in the bike lane, being just a lot more because I'm a pedestrian first kind of bitch now. Like pedestrians have the right of way for a fucking reason, and drivers are such fucking babies. Drivers are such babies. Stop honking the horn for no fucking reason. Like someone is
Oh my God, you
literally
couldn't be where I'm
like,
from. When I was in New York,
I know
nothing but
Maryland.
honking.
I know Maryland, girl. Like y'all are just driving across the interstates. It's crazy out there, and so I noticed I would be a much better driver around than you are now, for sure. You just be zooming. Also, let's unpack this. NuNu doesn't use cruise control. Why don't you use cruise control? That's
I
insane to
don't.
me. I
I
cannot
don't.
drive for long distances without cruise control.
That's a stamina issue, and that's something you should address with your doctor. I think that cruise control is, lazy. It's filled with decadent capitalism. I feel like
No, it's
it's
giving your
very.
ankle and calf a break, and just like you're getting to just like you
No,
focus more on the road.
my family didn't
It's
believe in
also
cruise control. My family did not believe in cruise control,
you
despite
don't
having it. So they
you
felt that it's important to always be in control while driving, and you never could trust it. And I
you don't
also,
believe in cruise control, but you believe in God. Explain that, NuNu.
well,
That is insane. Explain explain that.
I had to recently do a dinner with a doctor, and it's so funny to it.
Wait, pick up that name you just dropped.
So I was at a dinner with a doctor, and he goes, "Oh, have y'all everyone gotten their flu shots?" And I said, "No, never had one." And he
And then
looked
he backed away from the
mortified.
table.
Yeah, he looked mortified.
Yeah, he should. Don't be honest about these. That's when you should lie. That's when you should
No,
lie.
I like just
He
like
looked
sleeping people
mortified.
out whilst traveling.
You told a father-in-law figure that you're an anti-vaxxer.
I'm not anti-vaxxer. My family doesn't believe it. I think you get older, you like unpacking a lot of values that you better inherit for your family. And
Am I
so,
finding out that you're an anti-vaxxer right now?
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I definitely think the flu shot is
I see why you get
necessary.
the stomach flu every year. Every
Yeah. I
year.
haven't been sick in years. I don't know. Do I believe in getting the flu shot for myself? I don't not believe in it. I'm just not gonna do it. Does that make sense, honey?
So you're an anti-vaxxer when it comes
I'm
to
not
flu
an
shots. You
anti-vaxxer. I just feel
you
like
don't
I
put
don't
a
get.
vac.
I've been alive for
You're
a couple
choosing to risk
decades.
getting the worst livable disease where you probably won't die, but Jesus Christ, having the flu sucks. You're willing to get that
I've had the
because
flu maybe at maximum
I've had
twice.
it twice and it's literally sadistic.
At
Sadistic.
maximum twice, maybe once in 3 decades, and I don't remember anything being too terrible. You just don't eat for like 3, 4 days.
Well, okay. There's other things you can do to achieve besides
So
getting the flu.
I don't get the flus.
I
But again,
mean,
I may not get a flu shot, but I would do again, like I said, an IV drip. Like I would love a health and wellness.
yeah. NuNu has good genes. Um,
Am I giving? What do you think I'm giving MAGA? What am I
you're
giving
giving. I mean, MAGA Barbie. You don't believe
MAGA Barbie?
you don't. But well, do we want to unpack MAGA Barbie right now? It's giving. I mean, it's cunty. It's definitely giving cunty blonde. Like you look like Nikki Hilton, but like we all know who they voted for. So
I think being from the South, we get a bad rap for being these conservative people. We're just liberal people. Right now, our home state is being invaded by ICE agents and Border Patrol, as I was visiting last night. So that was very intense. And there was already a protest in the Capitol. Um, and, some people in Charlotte have already been met with guns. So I'm happy that, North Carolinians are standing up for what's right and, holding their ground. You know what I mean? I think the South is a lot different than, some of these cities. Everyone got a gun in North Carolina, you feel me?
I mean, first of all, again, would I own a gun? Yeah. I would
I
if I
mean,
had the
like,
option
I
right now.
would, but like, I
Just
don't
like how
need
you
to.
said, if I had the option to not get a vaccine, and I would have right now, if I had the proper training, I would choose to take the training to be able to shoot a gun properly, so I can fuck a bitch up if they tried to kill me.
Speaking of the recession indicators, I think that with the government shutdown, you guys, it definitely is it's a blow. And then as things are opening up, I really, and maybe it's from my perspective, I just don't feel like we've, or the news outlets has focused enough on the effects it's had in the DMV. Like, it's obviously most populated here, so like our economy, our hospitality, all that has been like affected drastically.
Um, I completely agree. I definitely agree that you don't really see the news talking about, like mainstream media talking about how this is affecting us as Washingtonians, as like the epicenter of what government work is. During the shutdown, we didn't really get these huge press. You didn't notice these big moments for us on the press, celebrities stepping up for us and being like, you know what, this is what's happening in DC right now. Let's talk about what's probably happening to these people. And we not only did that, we had the ICE agents coming through. We have the National Guard here. All these indicators of don't go out. It's not safe to go out. And when you add all that to nightlife, an expendable luxury, honestly, in DC, like a night out in DC is a luxury.
Yeah,
Those things are
that's a
immediately wiped out. Like right now, I love what I do, DJing, MCing, but it's a rough time to be doing it. We are, it's been hard to get people through the door for our brunches. Um, we've been getting lucky because of just natural flow, natural word of mouth, but it's been in the level of inconsistency has never been like this. And I haven't been able to be confidently feel like I haven't been confident about an event since Pride, right before all this stuff was happening. So it's very unfortunate that like this is taking a toll on our natural economy, and these bars are forced to close.
yeah.
I
It's like
don't
what
think
happens
that
when all this chaos, affects the places that, or where we escape to, our safe
because
spaces.
I'm not thinking about the bar owners. No shade to y'all's bar owners. I'm thinking about the employees. I'm thinking about the contractors. As someone who was laid off in the hospitality industry, we don't get the severances like that. We don't get, no matter if you were an employee or not. You're not gonna. You'll be lucky to get that last check. Um, and then when it comes down to 1099ers, when it comes down to perform labor, do they get paid for those competitions they do?
I think that I just want to have a conversation about DC nightlife and gay bars and how crazy it is, y'all. I think that this U Street corridor battle is insane. I think in this last few weeks of retrograde, we've had bars slander other bars, threaten other bars, open up bars,
Did you figure
close
out what all that was
bars.
about? Okay, did we talk about what that
Like
all was about?
it's crazy, y'all. So within the span of the last few weeks, if y'all don't know, U Street is already, very popular with different bars, especially gay bars. But the only places people are really going is no shade to no one else, is Nelly's and Kiki. In that U Street area. So we already had Dirty Goose close. You got Shakers, they just announced they're closing. I don't know where Revolt is. No shade to Revolt. I just don't know where it is. It's new. It's still around, right?
I've been there and I still don't know where it is, and that's no shade.
Um,
And
and and this
we
is
need to
also
talk about that
Bonker.
drama, though. I just literally found out what that drama was about. And do you know what that drama was about?
I heard that some bars are calling other, either the folks on them, specters, people on people, other bars or something to mess up with people's bag, and then that was just like some retaliation. But I don't get why, in a time, in a year, in a moment where we are just being attacked, like they just quite literally said we could still be married, even though it's not a victory. But they just, you know what I mean, like. Why are we attacking each other? I'm just so confused. I'm just like
I
so
My
confused.
biggest concern was the owner of Revolt, who is already apparently a straight man. Again, that's
Yes,
what
the one who actually owns it.
allegedly, allegedly
That's
is a
not allegedly. That's what the
is a
post
straight.
person posted. I've seen it for myself, and the person who's running it though is a gay man, but the person who and on the deed is a straight man. Not straight.
So it's a straight art, and you could just tell by the vibe. I mean, the branding has been very Canva. I reached out to them. I was like, "Hey, would love to work with y'all. Let me know if you're down." Have not heard back, and I was like, but that was right before the meltdown. I messaged them right before the meltdown. So you mean to tell me I reached out to you as a DJ to be like, "Hey, I want to work with y'all," and instead of focusing on business, apparently it was the general manager or the owner of the location was doing the social media for this, and they were the one that there was like receipts. We got them, and apparently they only got a refund, bitch, because there was no receipts
Like
in
what?
tow.
What did it get?
There was the receipt machine was out. That orange line that you get when that run end of the roll, the girls that get it, the cashiers know what that is. It was to the end. So I just it was such a disappointment because these bars should be working together. They should be
But I also
collaborating.
don't know why we all need to be on the same road.
I mean, I think that gay bars should be close to each other because we just, as gay people, we normally just bar hop.
Okay, let me
And
rephrase.
mind you,
Why
there's
are
a
the same gay bars on the same road? Since we're not, changing our clientele, it's still the same
that's the
white
thing.
cis man. It'd be different if it was like, okay, that circuit bar, then the things for the lesbians, and then the thing for everyone, and the things for the gender queer non-conforming. Yeah, that'd be fine. But it's like the exact same bar.
And I think it. I mean, the owners are white, so then they're gonna gear themselves to a specific crowd. Period. That's just what I've seen. That's just like what I've witnessed. I think that if they certain bars kind of try their best to diversify their crowds, but at the end of the day, the general consensus is if it fits for Sean and Ben, then it's gonna work for everyone else. And like I said, I have nothing against Shakers. I had some good nights at Shakers. I had some bad nights at Shakers. That just like every other bar, but I just feel like when you're replaceable, you're gonna get replaced. And these bars are survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
What
the business plans are not in the room. Business
the
plans are not in
business
the
president
room.
on the room. You wanted a dance space, but the stage was massive. You didn't have seating, and you looked like a restaurant with no food. So there was a lot of things that just didn't work for that I was almost called it a restaurant. There was so many that space was great, but the fact that it was all quote unquote seating, especially that second room, could have been a cool outside dance kind of space,
Yeah, that could
and
have been
that was just
transformed.
a
But
seating.
patio was cute.
It was a I think the seating was unfollowed through. The patio was underdeveloped, and it just there was nothing that was gearing itself. It focused on bringing talent in versus making itself a space.
Right, it has to be a
And
balance of both, and I think that's the truth for any business plan. I
I
think
think
you
that's what
have
Trade does the
to.
best is the fact that they are a bar where you feel like you can walk in there, and I sometimes feel so comfortable, and I'm like I feel like I'm at home here. It's a
I
home bar.
agree. I think
That's the
there's a sense
definition
of
of a home bar.
community.
People
I
it's
think there's a community at Trade. I think they have events that are, whether they're well attended or not. I think they are willing to try things, which is really important, and to allow different communities that space because that's what it is. And obviously they had the amazing forethought to expand and open up so many different vibes also within a restaurant, I mean within a space, which is also super important. Like each room feels different, each vibe gears itself to a different crowd, and that's also important. So with Shakers, closing has only been around what 2-3 years. It was, what was that supposed to be, wasn't that supposed to be the replacement for Dirty Goose, right?
again that's all a family. All those people. That's why and apparently Kiki's taking over for Shakers, and I'm like, okay, so what
but
difference?
But we
Because I
don't
know
know
that
if it's
owner,
going to
no shade.
remain under LGBT management once it gets bought out by Political Patties Part Two.
People are like, oh, LGBT management. I know that owner. I'm not a fan of that Kiki owner. We had a actual tiff at one point, and I know the kind of person that person is. So I don't really think that they're gonna think, hey, okay, I already have Kiki. Um, Dirty Goose was pretty much almost like Kiki. Shakers was kind of almost like they were kind of interchangeable. He's just gonna put in. It's gonna be an extension of Kiki because again, some of these places don't have that it factor. They don't have
Yeah,
that
my
member.
disappointment
You want to talk
with
about the best bars in DC right now? Is the trades? I'm really enjoying Spark Social Club or Social House, but Larry's Lounge. That's a loyal favorite. Larry's has been here forever, and they have a loyal crowd. Why? Because it has completely focused on keeping the drinks cheap and keeping that vibe very minimalistic. Not every bar has to be everything, and some of these bars are having drag shows, and it don't make sense for their spacing.
right. I definitely hate even as a drag artist, like I just hate the idea that because I mean now that we've been in it a few years, you watch it evolve, things change, the clubs open, close, da da da. And drag becomes like a novelty, but then people are like, we're gonna have a drag show. I'm like, why does everything need to be a drag show? Is that what the audience is asking for? There's spaces where people can go see drag shows. Like you don't have to put a drag show every single place in the city, just because you're an ally. You know what I mean?
I
Like it
do
doesn't
think
have
that
to.
drag brings clientele, but I think that it's a lot of the time it's not thought of as. I think a lot of people like our reggaeton brunch because it's a party and it's a drag show. It's and the drag show is fit into the event. It's not like the event. And I think that you have to have that cross collaboration between the talent and the nightclub. I think the nightclub has to really kind of think of how can we make the show better. A bar that does that really well is JR's. They think about the lighting, they think about the sound, they think about the aesthetic, the staging. I've been very impressed with how they handle their shows over there. It's very thought through, and Trade has that similar vibe for their drag shows. So I think that but also like I said, some bars just don't have the layout. I love
I
JR's, but
agree, but
will you ever
you're
go there to dance?
also mentioning specific places where drag artists are producing the shows and have a heavy hand, right, in it. Like JR's and Trade, they have that they're allowed that creative freedom. I think a lot of businesses and spaces, because they don't know a lot about drag, they just want the idea of it. They just feel like, I'll just open up a space and it'll work out without really thinking about what it means.
Well, I think when you pull the veil from the some of these gay bars, they're run by mean girls, and they keep a certain thought, and they put these white gays in charge of talent, and I think that can either no, it always ends up like how certain bars. Again, I just think that people are not thinking about or not. How do I say this without being? I just think that there needs to be more jack of all trades in the nightlife scene. I think that you can not a lot of these bars are just booking bitches, and they use AI for their flyers, and they and again because it's just very like not thought through, and it's
Right.
just
I mean, and I think that actually mirrors what's happening in the country. Like, if you don't know, Drag Race season 19 auditions deadline was just recently, and they called and did a lot of big pushes for this season because the previous seasons hasn't had a lot of talent and it's had a lot of girls that are just being booked. And in a similar vein, you have to vet people and you have to really invest in people with creative lenses, outreach, connections, ideas. And I think the issue is people don't want to build partnerships.
I think it's harder to build partnerships when a lot of the stuff is transactional. It's very transaction. Things are very transactional. I feel like in the city, and I that's why I like very much. I feel like keep things very much in the middle of the line with a lot of people because it's just you really never it never feels fully connected. It's just I feel like there's a lot of you can't have one thing without the other. So
And then I think there's a
like
lot of shady things going on. And just to wrap up, put a little bow, as so to speak, on our conversation about shakers. I think what was disappointing was, and again, same thing. I have had many great times at shakers. I've met a lot of people that I wanted to meet, so I have no Never had a bad time, never had an issue. This is not anything like that. It's just, you had a competition, MX Shakers, for 8 weeks where people had to spend a lot of money, invest, do a lot of drag with the promise of, $1,000 and guaranteed bookings, and that was bringing people on a Wednesday night out to Shakers that otherwise would not be there. So to have girls compete and go through all this stuff and emotions and really spend money, spending their last, and you know not getting this playthrough knowing you weren't going to be open, I feel like it was disingenuous and it's disheartening. Again, more people not supporting our own community. I'm not sure why we're not supporting our own in this.
I That's the first thing I thought about when I heard that they were closing. I was like, so what was that competition for? Because even if, let's say, the performer gets the money, I hope they're paying that performer. I hope they're paying that winner, because if they won,
Shout out to Shenandoah. Shout out to my sister, the winner.
yes, um, a crown is not enough, darling. And so, where was the investment? They invested in your bar, but you're not. And this is where a lot of these hospitality owners are leeches, because they are getting invested in as safe spaces and community spaces, but then they'll quickly not take care of their queens. But I hope I'm gonna have the I, I'm gonna believe that they're paying them, because that's how I would have never handled it like this. Period. But I would have at least paid them. But let's say they pay her. The exposure and the platform is what that prize was as well. And that's the manipulation I can get around, is knowing that that was never going to be part of the prize. And I think that was just, again, poor business, bad business. Because if you were going to make this, you should have been like, this is the series finale, because you know what? We're closing. Just like they're probably going to get a lot of business for this next week because they're closing.
Yeah, they're
If they
closing
would
this
have,
weekend by the time this episode releases, and that'll be their hurrah, and people are gonna fake pretend to care.
well, because
And
that's another thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh my god, I'm like so sad."
you
If
can't be
they would
sad if
not
you
be
didn't go
closing,
support.
they would not be closing if y'all were going, and that's just the bottom line.
And that's just true for anything. Like it can't be the best thing in the world and you don't go.
No, not at all, not at all. Again, there's been so many bars that have closed, and I've not felt a loss.
There,
The two bars that have closed that I felt a true loss was oh my god, three was Cobalt
all
Town,
town.
and then oh my god, the strip club. What was it called? Oh my god, Scorpios. No,
Secrets?
Secrets. Those are the three
No,
bars that I
town and
mourned.
cobalt for sure. That definitely
Town
was a
and
loss.
Cobalt. Mourned will mourn that to this day. Um, but other than that, like I said, I think that a lot of these bars are pop up. We knew that this was going to happen. I can, if I was a fortune teller, I would kind of guess what the next bar that's going to close is, um, because until community and that diversification is met with prices, and like expecting young people to come to your bar and having $13 cocktails, where's the business practice there?
Yeah, I
Where's
think
the business
DC doesn't
plan?
understand that. I definitely think DC struggles with that. And I get it, like you're a city, but like we're not like a real city, so like it's not New
No,
York, y'all.
I
Like
would say we are an expensive city. However,
we already expensive
we
city, but like without the things. I
but
feel
a
like
gay bar should not be charging $15 for a drink. I'm
right, like
so
I
sorry,
really keep thinking
darling.
like how would you do it as a child? Like if I was a young gay, because I went out to bars. The bars I went out to in North Carolina are still there. They're still talking about legends, and I don't, it was affordable. I wasn't breaking bank to go up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I remember our old gay bar in Greensboro. You would pay the $10 cover, but then you would pay like $3 for a beer. $3,
Yeah,
y'all. $4 maybe.
I got
Like,
fucked
and
up
again,
at some of them
I'm
bars.
not saying
Anytime
bring
I'm
that
breaking
over
bank.
here. I'm not saying bring over here, but you know who has, and that's the thing. You have to have a brand that be known for. When we moved here to DC, we had buy one get one at number 9 regularly, and then to this day you can still get free tequila, shitty tequila or rail drinks at Green Lantern on Thursdays and Sundays, and people come, and that's the thing. You have to be known for something. You have to build a brand, and you have to show, hey, if you're coming, I don't care if you have money or not. Just come out. We want you to be here. That's why I operate the way I do with my brunches. We opened up for federal employees because it's a hard time out here. Come through. You don't need money. Come through. Have a good time with us. Let's literally just have fun together. But that it's so back to the word transactional. It's it's very that. So um I who I was about to ask a messy question, but I'm going to keep that to myself. I'm going to keep that
Uh,
for the after
uh,
podcast.
don't say no names. Um, I think that was it's just as wild as what's going on in the world. I got people arrested. You got bars closing, opening with the same name. You got Nicki Minaj defending Christians around the world. It's a lot. It's a lot.
um, yeah, I. It's very sad. I was very disappointed to see Nicki being a pro-Trumper. Um, but you know, I still believe in the artist's music. And I think that I will keep my regard for her in that sense. But I was very disappointed to see that behavior because it's just behavior. That's behavior. Stop doing that.
Right. I'm glad disappointment is an individual emotion, a feeling.
But you disappoint me like that too. I mean, you just admitted that you're MAGA today, so I think I have to recover for a second.
Apparently, I'm just a Republican one.
Um, but there's so much going on, right? Like, what what has the world come
What's
to?
going on?
Um,
And I
let's talk about Wicked for just a hot second because I'm sick
we
and tired of
haven't
y'all. I'm so fucking. I'm gonna watch it, y'all. Before y'all like gun me down,
be glad,
I am watching Wicked this weekend. But can we like
grateful.
tone it down? I have seen Wicked on my Lyft. Like if you open your Lyft app right now on Wicked Weekend, you will see Ariana's silhouette and Cynthia's silhouette almost kissing. And I'm like, girl, enough.
Has
And
their
then it's every
girlfriends.
commercial, it's on every bus. Like everyone there's so many drag performers already performing.
Ah,
Um songs, and I'm over here like, okay, NuNu. We have a reggaeton brunch this weekend. Come see us tomorrow, November 22nd over at El Rey. Super fun. Can't wait to see y'all. If you're listening to this podcast, just pull up. Honestly, I would love to have you. But NuNu, it's Y2K. It's Y2K themes. So I'm going to be playing a lot of old school music, and then NuNu, is struggling to figure out Y2K because she wasn't born yet. And she was like, "Oh, you know what I could do? What if I did Define Gravity? Because the play came out in 2000, and I can do like the MAGA Barbie and the other girl. What's her name? Adina Menzel's version." And I looked at her with crazy eyes because it's reggaeton brunch. And if you think that some people don't probably feel like me, and they're like, "Girl, okay, oh, Wicked's here too. We're having Wicked here too. Crazy." And also, a lot of these Latinos probably just know the Wicked now. Okay, they're gonna be like, "Who? What version is this? Where's Ariana? Let us be
Something
what?
has changed within me. Wicked
The
is definitely a
voice.
phenomenon. It's really cool to be a part of something that I feel like we haven't experienced since a Harry Potter, since a Twilight, since a
This
real
was
a Hunger
no.
Games. You know what I mean? It gives that. It gives like we're fun and we're all dressing up and
I
it's a
mean, people have
community and we
this
know the
Marvel. It's been
songs.
Marvel. I mean, Marvel. I just think it's triggering now because it's so commercialized and consumerized that it's taking the art out of the film. It's taking the art out of the play. Like, girl, calm the fuck down. It's so tacky at this point because people are gonna watch it. Like, people are gonna watch it. It's tacky. To me, it's tacky.
I think it's fun to celebrate a space for queer people, safe spaces.
Are you gonna dress
I
like
don't
that? Are
know.
you gonna go like that to the show? Let
I'll
us.
see you in 24
Oh
hours.
my
I
god,
actually am
you
seeing it
would
tomorrow.
you would eat if you went like that. Honestly, they'll be like, "Oh my god, like you look like Glenda."
Oh my god.
'Cause you've played this role. How does it feel to like see yourself in Ariana Grande?
It's good to
Correct.
see me, isn't it? No, again, I love Wicked. I think this phenomenon has really been fun because of what Cynthia and Ariana brought to it. They brought this sapphic energy, this weird interview energy, something that's interesting, engaging. You always want to see what they're gonna do, and it's just more about what it means. And I don't even care what happens. I just want it to happen. And I think it's gonna be sad when it's over because you're gonna want more of this kind of
Well,
genuine
you said they were going to
connection.
go into the Wizard of Oz, and they were going to keep building. Again, they're going to keep building this, and I'm just like, I could just see the dollar signs, and I could just see how, like, ugh, it's just a little tacky to me.
Well,
And
Ariana
it's
will be
hard
moving
to.
on to other acting projects, of course. As you all know, she'll be starring in the upcoming American Horror Story season
Is she still going to
alongside.
tour? Y'all were excited to go see this tour, waiting on the
She will
queue and all.
also be doing a limited tour in 2026 in some major
Where
cities,
does
but
she
she'll
have the
also be.
stamina? Do you think she can run a mile? And that's no shade.
If she performed, side to side on the exercise bike at VMAs, I think she can run.
Out of
I
breath,
think
no
she can
shade.
run.
It was no, it was no shade, no shade, y'all. I'm excited for Wicked. I'll see it this weekend. I'll tune back in. I already saw people hating on it though. They were like, "Oh my god, did I cry?" No, and I was like, "Okay, doesn't matter. I didn't cry in the last one. I did cry. No
I mean,
shade. No, I
again,
did
they're
cry.
extending a
I bawled
very.
when I saw her fall down that window. I was crying for sure. Because
I don't
you know
cry.
you don't relate to Alphaba, but I'm definitely an Alphaba. You're the
Yeah,
grown up in the
it's
Alphaba.
so weird. I realized that a lot of my people in my life are a lot of alpha buzz. Alpha buzz. Like I don't know anyone who's like not an alpha buzz. Like I'm definitely a Glinda because duh, but like
Yeah.
a lot of alpha buzz. Y'all are basic. Y'all don't like
No,
Glinda.
first of all, now you judging us.
I just think it's very like ooh look at me have emotions emo Daria ooh wah 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 wah. That's what it gives to me.
Oh my god. Look at you knowing references. Okay. Speaking of Y2K, come see us this weekend at Ray. Oh my god.
And my
This
Daria
episode was
cosplay.
so needed, right? Like we had a wild past month. Things are only getting bleaker and bleaker.
I will
Oh my
say
god.
that during this retrograde season, it is affecting all of us so different. The signs that it's affecting the most, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, it really leaves a sense of like hopelessness and loss. But what's happening is that it's really preparing you all to let go of these feelings and attachments so that when you go into 2026, you'll be able to explore without that. And for others like myself, it's just a time of reflection. And I think
Me, 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 me.
I think allowing yourself
Me, me,
to
me, me, me,
have that
me,
space
me.
to feel is just
Me,
equally
me, me, me.
important through this holiday season. Whether you're spending it with loved ones, your besties, your chosen family, I think creating a safe space is really important. Let your feelings and let it go. And speaking of let it go, you can see me on December 6th and 7th
Wicked. Go
at
see Wicked.
Shaw's Tavern. You
That
can
was
see me at the Frosted, our amazing parody of a icy animated movie. You can see us at Shaw's Tavern on December 6th and 7th, where I'll be playing the lead role of Elsa. I'm so excited to see everyone. Get your tickets now at defrosted.highball.com.
First of all, NuNu is so good live, y'all. Y'all need to come see NuNu. If you have not seen NuNu yet, that's insane.
Always, always click our link in bio, linktree/weekdontdoit for all the reggaeton brunch events as well as our episodes on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening. We love you. Be safe out there. Protect each other. See something, say something. Keep
Period.
hope alive.
And if you're listening to us on iTunes, please leave us a rating. Leave us a 5-star rating. We will love that. We're at a 4.1 or something. Very proud of us for that. But come get us to a 4.5, please. So give us a 5-star. And thank y'all for coming back after these 2 weeks. Just know that it's a crazy time of our lives. But we are always gonna come back
Back,
because
back,
you
back
have changed
again.
my life for good.
Well, see y'all.